stress the issue about voting matters, and we encourage everybody to vote. This organization is a 501c3 or has an application pending for a 501c3. Let me address that right now before I get into the finances. And so we're not going to come out and endorse any candidate for the election whatsoever. But it is important to know, that we need a representation in a republic. We are a republic, and we need your representation, or the representation of those people that we can know and trust. So I encourage you to consider this. If you don't vote, you better not complain. And let's go to the next one if we could. Thank you. Just talk about financing for just a little bit. This organization, in the, I guess, almost 30 months, 31, 32 months that we've been in existence in this battle, has spent $650,000. Put that in comparison with the Trans-Texas Corridor. As I understand it, the Waller County organizations that fought that spent over $200,000. This is an extremely expensive area, and this is one of the things they didn't count on when they picked on north part of Waller County, Hempstead, Prairie View, in this area. Is they never expected that there would be the financial resources that would the citizens of Waller and Hempstead have dug so deep to put into play to be able to fight this landfill. So look around you, because there's people here who have made significant contributions and sacrifices. I was talking to one lady just recently who told me, she said, I can't do anymore, but that I'm digging into my retirement. And that is a sad situation when people have to dig into their retirement to fight their own city and their own county, not their own city, but their own county and their own state government on issues for what's right for the community. This is wrong. TCEQ has 125 attorneys on staff, and we're up against a monster in them, and then the Green Group Holdings people who have very deep pockets. They did not expect this fight, and we're taking it to them every way we can, but we can't continue to do so without financial support. And so I'm appealing to you tonight to think about that. Some people have made some significant sacrifices to get us where we are, but I'll tell you what, we spent $650,000. We've got $65,000 worth of bills right now from the lawyers that I can't pay, and I want to, but I can't. And so I ask you, I implore you to think about it from the standpoint of how important it is to you and your family that we be able to win this battle and support this organization and its efforts. We believe we're going to win this. We believe that we have done what some people told us was impossible. It's just like when Ernest Kaufman, our opponent, the CEO of Pentel and Green Group Holdings, went before Commissioner's Court and told them, oh, there's only 28 people over there fighting this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when we had fundraiser last July, we had 525 people come to that fundraiser, paid entry fees to get in. We were turning people away at the door. I walked into the bank where we bank, and I walked in there to make a small deposit one day, and the teller was asking me, do you have any more tickets? People wanted to come. The community has surrounded and has stepped up on this effort. So I encourage you to be encouraged. I encourage you to think about this. This is not going to be won without everybody's support. And so I encourage you to do so every way you can. We use these funds for basically three major things. Lawyers, of course, are a big part of it. If we get to the point of getting to a contested case hearing, which will be after the lawsuits, and if we end up there and we have 1,300, the citizens have asked for 1,300 requests for a contested case hearing, they're going to have to hear the people. But a contested case hearing is going to cost this organization at least $100,000 in legal fees and $100,000 in engineering. It's a very expensive proposition. By the time we're finished, we're probably going to have spent $1 million to fight this in a victory that we should not have to do. But we have to step up, and we can win this battle if we'll step up and do it. So I encourage you to do that in the fight. Our support comes from a lot of people we have people that have put us in their budget. There are people that send us monetary contributions on a monthly basis, and those are great, because we can work toward those numbers, knowing that those numbers are going to come in, that we can help us meet our budget and meet our obligations to pay our bills. Diane's going to come up and talk a minute about garage sales and the other things that we've done to raise funds from that method. And then we've had all kinds of other fundraisers. And so I'll turn it over to Diana and talk about the garage sales.
Well, I just have one thing to say. We've come a long way, baby. We started out with some pretty meager beginnings. Just an idea, my horse trailer, and I was sitting on the side of Brookshire Brothers taking in your donations. We did this for several weekends, and God, I wish I'd picked another month other than November to do that in, but we did well. We have been blessed to have not one store donation donated, but 2 store locations donated. I love the hardworking men and women that spend 2 whole weeks to get ready for our mega sale. You have donated and we have sold tons and tons of clothes, shoes, rooms full of furniture, decor, saddles, tack, boots, jeans, and cowboy hats, a boat, pumpkins, pecans, handmade crafts, round bells, square bales of hay, fine art, crystals, and antiques. Folks, we always start our sale with a prayer, and you should see the shocked shoppers' faces as we ask them to grab the hand of a total stranger and join us in a prayer to save our homes and save our way of life. Thank you, Jimmy, for doing that. Then the shopping frenzy begins. If you haven't ever been to one of our sales, here's how it rolls. The shopping frenzy begins, the DJ hits the music. Our sign spinner hits a street. Waller County bakers line our tables with the best of goods, and thank you for the extra 5 pounds. It's on. Shoppers grab a box or 2 and start filling with treasures. At one of our sales, a young man said, "Wow, your shoppers sure do like to dance." I turned and he was right. There was a whole lot of shaking going on. Just before noon, Texas Smoke Masters are serving lunch. Many thanks to Kyle Klein. Kyle, can you stand up? And his crew, they have made hundreds of sandwiches over this last year. We also are a PR machine. People ask questions. They look at our maps. We don't know who's going to walk through that door with such good sign spinning going on. And they donate. They donate hard-earned cash. We have several, what I call $100 ladies. Some softly place folded $100 bills in my hand. Another lady comes in and buys a cap. She pays $100 for that cap. And then as she strolls out, she then gives the cap to a kid. Folks, at our last sale was a 2-day event, and it brought in $11,185.56. We estimate over $150,000 in just over a year that we've taken in through the garage sales. Here's the news. We need to get bigger, and we must get bigger now. We need your help, and we have to have much, much more to sell. We need to get this word out county-wide. We need to get on the phone, make a few phone calls, email friends, get with your church, with your neighbors, with your kinfolks. We've drove to Houston many times to pick up donations. We've got some coming in from Clear Lake. We have one household coming in from Livingston. Those folks are moving overseas and they're donating their entire contents of their house. We have trucks and trailers. We can come get it. Some say, and this breaks my heart because I hear it often, "Oh, I wish I had known. I just took a whole truckload to Goodwill." Well, folks, the Goodwill needs to stay in Waller County. The fine folks at Swartz's Hardware, which is located on the next street in that whole center, They have kindly opened their doors for your donations, and they've made it pretty easy. Monday through Friday, from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., they will accept your donations. And on Saturday, from noon until noon. We need more volunteers. We need more helping hands. Folks to put out flyers in your area. Waller County's big, over 500 square miles. If we could get some Monaville, Patterson, some other folks going, I'll do it. We need you. If you can gather donations in your area and bring them in by the truckload, we need your help. Some cook-off teams need to step up and take a turn as well. Poor old Kyle's getting tired. We need some more sign spinners. I think Bob threw his shoulder out on the last one. And we need some other helping hands to get ready. 2 weeks is a lot of donation of time for just a small few people. So if you can come up there with us, put a sticker on, put a tag on, and wait for the pricing team, we'd appreciate it. The thing that keeps on going over in my mind once again, that landfill man thinks we're going to run out of money. Well, me and my team haven't broken a sweat. So bring those donated items. We know how to work and we know how to fight, and we can do this. I want to close with one final little garage sale tale of an old man and a bicycle. I'll never forget him. I never will forget him. It was me sitting with my trailer in the Brookshire parking lot. He was on his bike. He's old, he's frail, and he kept on circling my trailer and looking at all the signs. Finally, he came up and he asked, "Is this about that landfill, ma'am?" I said yes, and I told him what really very little we knew at the time. He kept on patting his pockets and looking and searching and patting his pockets. And finally, he came up and gave me 38 cents. I said, "Oh, sir, that's so sweet of you." I was about ready to give him money. But I said, "That's so sweet of you. I really can't take your money." He goes, "Oh, yes, let me do this because it's the right thing." I'll never forget you, sir.